going on, everybody? I'm back again with another video, and here I am again with another night video here in Jackson Heights. I'm gonna focus mostly in the Diversity Plaza area, which is mostly like the South Asian community right here. But in the nighttime, it's pretty lit to walk around here because they got like a lot of restaurants, a lot of lights, and a lot of vibrant areas going on. So we're gonna walk around to see what the neighborhood has to offer. So without further ado, join me. Also, another thing I want to focus is that Jackson Heights is a really big neighborhood. There goes a train. So it goes all the way by Roosevelt Avenue. But then there's a Diversity Plaza here. A lot of people, they've been literally trying to give a bad reputation to Jackson Heights, trying to show that it's literally bad over here. But I'm gonna show you that there's way more happening in this neighborhood. So ahead of me, I'm seeing a lot of excitement going on. So I haven't been here in a really long time. I haven't been here since last winter, I think. So it's almost like a year, but let's see what's going on ahead of me. Another cool thing, today is a cold day out here, but that's not gonna stop me. I think even when it's cold, you see people out here. The thing is that we're being spoiled by the nice weather in November. You can see what's going on ahead of me. It's pretty busy out here, a lot of lights going on. And this is actually one of the most diverse neighborhoods in New York City, probably the most. As you walk around, you see people from all over the world hanging out here, which you're gonna see in a bit. Also in neighborhoods like this, you'll see a lot of barbershops. Look, 24-hour barbershop, that's pretty interesting. Also a lot of street food from all over. Here you got like a food truck. I think they specialize in momos, like dumplings, probably from Tibet. And this area over here is Diversity Plaza, where there's a busy square with a lot of diversity. This is Diversity Plaza. Then over here, you see this over here, it's called Garden. I think this is like kind of like a Bangladeshi joint, but they also got like Indian stuff. There's a street art over here, which is really cool. And then a lot of diversity happening over here. And they got vendors selling beautiful clothes. I love the colors. I gotta tell you, I've been many times and it used to be busier than this. Not sure because it's cold or something like that, but yeah. Then over here, 74th Street, which is also like the Little India version of Queens. We're gonna walk in a bit, but I wanna go by the subway station because there are some lights over here that I think it makes it pretty interesting. So behind me is where the action is going on, but I'm gonna make it towards Roosevelt, across towards this side, because I think it's pretty interesting. There's like a Bangladeshi spot over here, and you can see the food that they sell. I never tried, but maybe one day I'll go in the inside and try it. So there's Roosevelt. We're gonna do a couple of blocks later, but let's focus on 74th Street, which is pretty interesting. So over here you got like a jewelry store. And this over here seems like it's a pastry joint. You see what they got going on over here. Oh, not really, it's literally like samosas. Nice. And they sell tea, then over here you see the food. Wow. It's pretty interesting, the chicken and everything. And what they sell underneath, this is dope. And of course they got like a barber shop over here. I tell you, this neighborhood is just really vibrant. Also, another thing about the neighborhood, they got like that little joint that's called pan. I think it's like a little leaf, and they put like some special ingredients on the inside, and then you gotta put like the entire thing in your mouth. I don't know if it's gonna make any effects for me, but maybe one day I'll just take a little chance and try the food. Sometimes you gotta go for the benchers, but if you want like great South Asian food, then I think this is the neighborhood you wanna come over here in Jackson Heights. Served by a couple of subway lines, and they got some express trains that will make it pretty fast to Midtown Manhattan. This over here is Angel's Restaurant, and I've been to many Indian joints. This is probably one of the best Indian restaurants that I have around here in New York City. And it keeps going over there. You can see all the lights, pretty lit, pretty nice. Also, another thing, it's only 6 o'clock and you can see how dark it is. But that's the sucker thing about living around here. Every time in November, they got the daylight savings and they push the clock 1 hour back. So literally before 5 o'clock, it's already like dark. So it feels like it's literally like 10 o'clock at night, but it's early. But hey, it's good because then I could do videos exploring the neighborhoods when it's dark outside, and it is pretty nice, because the lights, they come out. Now let's make it towards 74th Street because it's gonna be pretty nice to go over there. Here we got also like another Momo food truck right here. Pretty nice. They got a couple of those. Actually, my friend and Tongo from Puerto Rico, he came and he made like a food video in this neighborhood, and he tried one of those momos. I think it was the one in the other side by Roosevelt, and they were actually pretty good. Pretty reasonable price. So. I'll tell you, the food here is pretty good. But now here we got beautiful 74th Street. Now I think it's actually nicer in the nighttime because of the lights. They're already decorated with lights, I think, for holidays or Christmas. And it's still a little bit early for that, I think. So I guess they're already trying to set it up, you know, for the holiday seasons. So, yeah. So everywhere you go, they got, you know, restaurants and stuff. You see, this one over here looks pretty nice. Pretty open, cool. And here they got like a pastry joint. Look at this little desserts, they look cute. Nice. And they keep going, they sell clothes and stuff. Then the Jackson Diner. There used to be a bigger diner in the side that I was standing, but they moved it towards this way. No matter how many times I come to this neighborhood, it's pretty awesome. I just love it here, you know. And in the nighttime, like I say, it's even nicer because of the lights that's going on over here and the colors. So this is like the Indian area. Then if you go to 73rd Street, it's the Bangladeshi side of the neighborhood, which is really cool. And here they got like sari shops, you know, they go all the way up. They're pretty nice. Colors, everything. Yeah, I really love the colors of the stores. And then even across over here, they got jewelry and more stuff going on. So it's pretty nice. Then ahead of me is 37th Avenue, which is also like another interesting avenue right here. And it's pretty busy. And if you go between the 74th and 73rd Street, they got a couple of food trucks, especially like Bangladeshi. I never tried, but one day I'll probably give it a hit. I think this neighborhood, if you're like a foodie person, this is a good neighborhood to stroll around and grab bites. Gonna make it over this side over here because there's some pretty interesting themes. It's just crazy how different a neighborhood looks like in the daytime versus the nighttime. But yeah, I love it here. Pretty vibrant, you know, the colors, the lights. Wow. So they're selling everything over here. Like I said, it's not too busy today, but it's good because you got it all to yourself, the neighborhood. And over here we got a market here with the vegetables and products. This is something I like about New York City. How pretty easy and accessible it is to get to a market without having to go far, just within walking distance. And they got a pharmacy right here across the street. But now let's turn back and hit the other side towards 73rd Street and enter Little Bangladesh. So it's like a mixture of diversities all together over here. And I've said this many times and I'll say it again, I think Queens is the food capital of New York City, you know. Everything from Latin food, from South Asian food, East Asian, all over the world, even unusual food that you're not used to, you literally get it over here in Queens. But now let's hit the other side. This one over here is gonna be pretty interesting. And this is the side where you get all the food trucks around the neighborhood. Especially if you go the other side. Over here is just the regular halal, but if you go on the other side is the Bangladeshi one. Oh, and this one over here seems like they're selling mango lassi, which is a nice drink in any Indian restaurant. And there's busy over here. And then they got, what is this, like a sweet store? Sell some desserts, nice. An eyebrow, like a beauty salon. Then this over here is called 73rd Street, but underneath it says Bangladesh Street. So this is like the Bangladeshi area. And then we got an Apna Bazaar. I think they got like a bazaar like this also in Jersey City by Newark Avenue. We're gonna walk there in a little bit, but I wanna cross the other side of the street to show you the food trucks that's going on. Oh yeah, 360 view, wow. But then ahead of me, I see, it seems like they put more food trucks, and some of them I've never seen them before. I see a couple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It keeps going in the other side, it's like 4 more, but let's see what's going on here. Here you see the first food truck corpse. This is authentic Bengali food right here. Nice, let me see what they got here. I think this is what's famous in Bangladesh. I know in India they got something that's called pani puri. It looks a little bit spicy, to be honest. Here's a lemonade one. Wow, nice. Cool, then they got more here. I think this is also like, why Bangladeshi too, nice. And then this is what? It says chop. I don't know what it is, but it looks pretty good. Nice. Let me check the other side to see what's going on. So here, I've seen this many times every time I walk here. So they got 1, 2, 3. So I don't know, are they like from different owners or are they trying to compete? It's like that crispy joint that they got in there. I'm not sure they put some spices in the inside, but yeah. And this is just like a regular halal food right here that you can get it all over New York City. And then you get a view of the other side where I was walking, and it looks pretty nice from this angle over here. You know, all of the lights, I say, you know, no matter what day or what time of the year you go in any neighborhood in New York City, it's pretty magical. But I think the city just looks pretty dope in the nighttime. I don't know. Let's look at this one, it's pretty dope. Now let's make it a 73rd Street to see what's going on over that side. I tell you, also I even prefer these neighborhoods in a lot of neighborhoods in Manhattan. It's just like pretty multicultural, like a different vibe, and it's like you experience the real New York getting outside of Manhattan and coming out here to Queens, Bronx, to Brooklyn, any other boroughs. Now we're in the side as Little Bangladesh, so let's see what's going on over this side over here. So they got, you know, vendors selling shoes. It's crazy, you know, in New York City, you really don't need like a mall because they got all these vendors and little shops out here. Then they got a market with a couple of spices out here to my left. Yeah, with the fruits and vegetables, there's a bazaar, you know. I guess if you go in the inside, it's pretty nice too. Dope. They got more over here. This is called Bangladesh Plaza. If I cross the street, you'll see what I'm talking about. And then a little 360 view. Look at the lights. So dope. Gotta love it out here. So here you can see what I'm talking about. See? Bangladesh Plaza. And they got like stores, market down here. So this is like the Bangladeshi side. And then we go over here. Let me show you this bazaar here to my left that's going on. And you see the diversity of the people, multicultural. I guess even to go on the inside is pretty nice. See, it's just like a real standard, nothing fancy, but you get the ingredients or whatever you need to cook food. This one's even bigger and modern bazaar. It's pretty nice, you know. And right here they got more joints. Even across the street, they got this place. You can't really read it on the screen, but it says Dhaka Garden. Dhaka Garden is literally the capital of Bangladesh. And Raja sweets and fast food, so they got, you know, tons of mostly South Asian food options in this neighborhood. And the street foods that I was filming earlier, the food trucks. Oh yeah, like the street food. 360 view. And you hear all the diverse languages being spoken, most likely Bengali. I feel like a little kid, or I get really excited when I walk in neighborhoods like this. And it makes me want to travel, you know. I guess people who live in New York, if they can't afford to travel, all they need is like $2.90 to hop in the subway and go to different neighborhoods. Especially the 7 train, they call it like the diverse international train because it passes like all these crazy neighborhoods out here. And it keeps going here. It smells really good, like some of the restaurants. And over here's like a little plaza that they got over here. Nice. Let me see what is some of the food options. It looks like kind of like kebabs over here. It looks pretty good. This must be probably like tandoori chicken. Probably the sweets and stuff, but it looks pretty good. You know, tons of curries and fish out here. Now, I'm most likely gonna make it towards Broadway to see what's going on. You know, there's probably a lot of barbershops, a couple of restaurants, and then I'm just gonna head and hit Roosevelt Avenue, probably like 2 blocks, and then we'll probably wrap up this video of Jackson Heights. And this over here is a busy intersection where we got Broadway, 73rd Street, and then Roosevelt's over there in the back where the 7 train line is. They even got Wendy's right here, that's funny. And then of course Diversity Plaza over here. Way better than overrated Times Square. So this over here is Broadway, and I gotta tell you, I'm looking at some of the halal joints, and they look different than the ones in Manhattan, like even better. Like some of the stuff in the menu, you don't see it like in Manhattan, and it smells good too. So I heard a lot that the halal food trucks in Queens are really good, probably even better than the ones in Manhattan. So like I say, believe it or not, out of the 14 years I've been living around here, I never had halals outside of Manhattan, but I'm gonna have to change that and try it. So here we got more lights. Barbershop here, Punjabi barbershop. That barbershop's probably famous because a lot of YouTubers they gone there and they got like head massages. It's not just a barbershop, they do massages. And over here is the 7 train. But then you go to the station, and if you go underground, it connects you with the E train, the F train, the M train, all of that. And then over here we got Dewa or Dewa restaurant. Not sure what nationality. Maybe Pakistani. Wow, there's people eating there, so must be good, nice. Kind of looks like a diner, like a South Asian diner. Then once you go forward, it goes towards Woodside, and then it turns mostly residential. Then they got a couple of joints here, kebabish, what I think is Pakistani, and I heard they sell some good kebabs. And then at the end, you can see they got new developments. They developed an apartment over here. Then the view, you know, of the lights is pretty beautiful, right? My hands are starting to get cold because it's cold out here. Seems like we got a bakery over here. This might be new because I don't remember seeing this the last time I came here. But it's pretty nice on the outside. That's like a little street art. They sell coffee. They got homemade bread. So I don't know. It's like you don't need to travel far if you want to get food in this neighborhood. And once you walk around Roosevelt, that's another different side from this neighborhood right here. If you go from Roosevelt, lots of restaurants from all over. Mostly like Latino food, but it keeps going all the way further. So yeah, pretty interesting. I'll tell you, this is one of my favorite neighborhoods throughout the entire New York City. No matter what time of the day, even if you come late at night, it's still active over here. A lot of places are open 24 hours. You know, even the barber shops are open late at night. So, you know, I think this is where the action is going around, neighborhoods like this. And you go some parts of Manhattan, it's literally dead. But over here, it's still like alive and pretty active. So, but now let's hit Roosevelt. Probably do like 2 or 3 more blocks, and then we're probably gonna wrap up the video to see what's going on. Here we got another food truck. It's mostly what, momos, what they sell here. Momos, fried momos, noodles. Pretty interesting. And then the subway station right here. Roosevelt, Jackson Heights stations. You could take the E train, F train, M train, R train, and 7 train. Also, another thing that people do is you can get to LaGuardia. A lot of people, they take the Smart Link, I think it's called, or the Link Rail. I forgot the name of it. It's literally the bus. It looks like a regular bus, but it's free. You don't got to pay. And then you just transfer to those subway stations, and it gets you where you want to go. Now we're heading towards Roosevelt. 7 train stations right here. You can literally hear it. LaGuardia Link, that's what it's called, this bus right here. So you can tell, wow, look how packed it is. You can't really see it in the camera. Whew. Now another option they got going on is, I think if you go to the Uber app, they got something called, I think it's like an Uber van. And for now, I think it's $9. You take it and it takes you to LaGuardia. Soon it's probably gonna be $18, but I think that's actually better, it's more comfortable. Unless you're really on a tight budget, then you can take the LaGuardia rail. And this is Roosevelt. And over here is where the vibes, they change. It starts turning more Latino. 74th Street is right here. I'll show you. But then here's a different story. You got this community with a 7 train line. I'll tell you, I haven't been here in a long time, really. Almost a year. And all I keep seeing is just negative, like, like people trying to portray the neighborhood like it's terrible, you know. Some people are calling it like the red light district, but I think it happens past the 80-something street. But it's just a little portion of how good the neighborhood is. They make that little portion seem like the neighborhood is bad when it's not really bad. And then you see what's going on. Look, they got, this must be new. A couple of spots, they got this, it's like a Colombian joint right here. There's also like nice restaurants, pastries, lounges. And here Roosevelt goes. Also another cool thing, I think some of the best tacos that they have in the entire New York City, you can find it right here. In this avenue, mostly like taco trucks, they even got some stalls, food stalls. Not too busy tonight. Also in the weekends, you'll see this pretty lit, especially during the summer. I think it gets more busy when you head to another neighborhood by Judson Boulevard or the 90-something street. But yeah, you never get bored of the action that's going on over here. And this is like a market right here. And you see how live within 2 blocks from where I was filming earlier, this turns into Latino. So pretty helpful if you speak Spanish. Could be wrong, but I think the original Birrialandia truck is right here, or the first one came out of here. Now it's normal, but before it used to be a massive line of people, but now they expanded in Lower East Side, Brooklyn, the Bronx. But yeah, these are some of the best tacos you're gonna get right here, Birrialandia. Nice. If you keep walking around here, it looks the same all the way to the 100 something street. Pretty busy and a lot of business in the first floor. But yeah, everybody, I think I already showed you a little portion of Jackson Heights, you know, a really cool, diverse neighborhood here in New York City. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.